Hello there everybody, welcome back to another MapleStory video. This video is going to be more focused about the question around what should I hyperburn, why should I hyperburn, what should I level, I'm a new player, I'm a returning player, I don't have a super built account, all of these sort of blanket questions, because on the last hyperburn video, like my hyperburn plans and some like little tips and tricks you can do to maybe transfer over some items. In that video, I got a lot of comments asking like, hey, what should I hyperburn? Should I hyperburn this, that? What are you doing? What do you suggest? All of that good stuff. So today, I'm going to sit down and take a little time to discuss what your options are. Because at the end of the day, and I'm going to make this abundantly clear right at the beginning, because I hate it when people are like, you're playing the game wrong. Bro, it's a game. As long as you're not hurting anyone else in the game, you're not playing the game wrong, right? Number one, hyperburn a new main. If you're new, you're a returner, hyperburn a character that you want to play, okay? First off, foremost, that is the number one goal. Hyperburn a main, because hyperburn is it is the premier event to either main swap or come back to the game and make a new main. Whatever it may be, hyperburn a main first and foremost. Now, that being said, we can get a little bit more into the niche and the nitty-gritty of all of these things. Well, let's break it down a little bit. So, what is a hyperburn? Hyperburn event we are getting on November 20th after the patch. The big update for GMS is happening on November 20th. We're getting with it a couple different things. We're getting 2 hyperburn events. Okay, listen closely. 2 hyperburn events, right? One of the hyperburn events will only be applicable to remastered characters, and there's 2 different classes that are getting remastered in this patch. One of them is Aran, the other is Shade, okay? So one of our hyperburns are only linked to one of those 2 choices, right? We have to use our hyperburn, one of them, on either a Shade or Aran. The other hyperburn, I'm not sure if it's coming with the patch initially, or it will be something that happens like a week or 2 afterwards, but we are getting another hyperburn with that patch at some point. And that hyperburn, you are free to do whatever you want with. You can pick any class in the game, any branch, any subclass, whatever you want. Hell, you could hyperburn the other class of the 2 that you didn't hyperburn in the remaster if you wanted to. That's what I mean. You can do anything with that one. The first one you can only use on either Shade or Aran, and the second one you can use on anything. Now, like I briefly touched on, I would highly recommend you hyperburn a main, right? My main is my Nightwalker, obviously. It's the character that I played. It's the character that I played when I started, I returned to the game about 1.5 years ago now at this point. And I didn't have a hyperburn event on it when I came back. And I knew what I was getting myself into by not having a hyperburn event on that character when I returned. And it made things harder, you know? Obviously it did. Especially since I wanted to do solo progression for a time. It definitely made things harder. Hyperburn gives you so many juicy little bonuses. You get temporary items, you get full set items, you get fucking free stuff, you get so much free stuff, so many free symbols. You get like level 5 symbols, arcane symbols on everything for free. You get a bunch of symbol selectors, you get a title that's really, really good for, I think it's, is it 2 months, 3 months, a month, some number of months. But my point is you get insane items. You also get a really good medal that denotes your hyperburn character. Typically, hyperburn characters come with a hyperburning set of cash equips that have temporary stats that do expire. But my point is, hyperburn is good for a main because of all of these different factors. So if you have a character, or excuse me, if you don't have a character that you can call your main, figure out what you want to main, right? I can't tell you what you should main. I don't know what you like. We may like the complete opposite things, and there is no wrong option. A lot of people will tell you that because a class is on the bottom of the fucking DPS meter, it's probably bad. And you know what? They're not wrong, you know? But if you are the person, for example, who really likes playing Wild Hunter, who is anyone else to tell you to not do that? You know what I mean? If you are going to have the most fun in this game by maining a Wild Hunter, then fucking do it. You know what I mean? You're not hurting anyone else. In the sense that you're the only person you're quote-unquote hurting is you, right? But it's such a narrow-minded way of looking at this stuff, you know? It's a video game. As long as you are not harming other people, you are not playing the game incorrectly. You are just playing it how you want to play it. Focus on making a main. Second of all, second business what should you do between Shade and Aran? So I mentioned it in my Hyperburn video, my Hyperburn prep video, that I was probably going to Hyperburn a Shade for the simple reason that this Legion, if you're not familiar with the Legion system, this is basically a system in the game where it takes the cumulative total levels of your top 42 characters, I want to say, and it adds them into this like total level pool. Yeah, up to 42 characters, only level 60 plus are counted. And you basically get bonuses based on their level. You can see if I hover over my Nightwalker, he's SSS rank, which you get at level 250. You can see my Angelic Buster and Wild Hunter are also SSS rank, and they give different effects on their Legion block. For my Nightwalker, it's plus 100 luck. For my Angelic Buster, it's plus 100 dex. For my Wild Hunter, it's 20% chance to deal plus 20% damage on hit. And if you assign these to your grid, these character blocks, these individual blocks, the effect that they have on their card or their block, typically people refer to these as Legion blocks, that bonus gets applied to all of the characters on your account that have this Legion grid active. So all of the characters on my account will get 100 luck from my Nightwalker. Now, Shade and Aran obviously have their own Legion block effect. Every character in the game has a different Legion block effect. And let me find my current Shade. Where is he? Where is he? Here. So Shade gives crit damage. And mine is only level 210, so it's only SS rank. The maximum rank for a Legion block is SSS, which is unlocked at level 250. So I am hyperburning a Shade because plus 1% extra critical damage, while it's not a lot, it is still something worth doing, right? And I can also turn it into a boss mule. I don't have a preference for my boss mules, really. And a 260 boss mule is going to be super strong on its own anyways. And since I have to use one of my Hyperburns on either an Aran or a Shade, I might as well pick Shade, which is going to be much more beneficial to me than the Aran one. Let me see if I can find my Aran here so I can show you what it is. Here. Good old Aran Carter. Aran's Legion block is much less good than Shade. That's what I would say. The nice way to say it. So, I would highly recommend, unless you really like Aran and you want an Aran, pick Shade for your Aran or Shade Hyperburn. It will set you up nicely for the future. Now, I had a couple different people talk to me about, or ask me, should I Hyperburn a link skill? Now, in my honest opinion, link skills, if you don't know what they are, I'm going to give you a brief overview. Basically, every character in the game has a special effect or skill that they can give to another character at certain level thresholds. The level thresholds are level 70 for level 1, 120 for level 2, and 210 for level 3. Some link skills only go up to level 2, some have level 3, so if you only have a level 2 link skill, like for example, Lyn only has, where is Lyn? Lyn has a level 3 one, right? So here, I would need a level 210 Lyn in order to get the level 3 link skill, right? And some skills like Kana only have a level 2. Like, this is the maximum. My Kana's level 210, but the link skill only goes up to level 2. There's no easy way to know which have level 3s and which have level 2s. It's just something you're probably going to have to look up or look on the character when you get on it yourself. But a lot of people have asked me, hey, do you think it's worth hyperburning for link skills? And the honest answer is no. Hyperburn is too good to waste on link skills, because the maximum level you need theoretically for a link skill is level 210, right? And Hyperburn goes up to 260, and it also gives you a bunch of very nice bonuses, items, set effects, stuff like that, for the character. So if the character you only trying to get to 210 and then abandon, it is not worth hyperburning link skills. That is my take on it. Obviously, you're free to do that if you want, and if it's a character you're already on the fence about, like if you're questioning if you want to main a Mercedes or not, it looks interesting enough, but you're not 100% sure, sure, hyperburn the Mercedes. It gives you two birds with one stone, and if you don't end up liking Mercedes as much as you thought with it as like main material, then you'll have a level 3 link skill and a good bossing mule in the future. There's no wrong way to go about it, but this is sort of the thought process that I had when I first came back to the game and I was rebuilding my account, or building my account in the first place, and this is sort of the advice that I would give to other people. The link skills in here, since a lot of people do ask me, like, what link skills should you prioritize if you're a new or returning player? Obviously, the top 3 link skills you should prioritize are, Yeah, I'll put them in order. I think the order in the top 3 link skills you should prioritize are Evan. Evan Link is the first thing that I think you should do personally, because you get rune persistence. Rune persistence is very good because it increases the duration of rune effects. Runes are things that pop up on maps every 15 minutes, and it's like an anti-macro bot measure, and it gives you a ton of experience. 200% extra experience, I believe. So it's basically like double experience on the base experience from the mob, and the longer that rune duration lasts, the more experience you get out of it effectively. The second one that I would recommend is Aran Link, and this might be a shock to some people because Aran Link is kind of not so good super late. I mean, it's fine, but it's not like a must-have. Aran Link is this, Combo Kill Blessing. It gives Combo Kill Marble experience when you have it linked to a character. And this is really good early on, like I would say, probably like sub 250. These Combo Kill Marbles add a significant portion to your experience bar, especially late, like really early into the game. Like you can get like 2 levels worth off a fucking Aran linked marble, Combo Kill Marble. Which is why I highly recommend you do this, because if you don't have this link skill, and it's the second link skill you ever make on the account, every single character you level from that point on is heavily benefiting from this, and it loses effectiveness the higher, the more built your account is. So the earlier you get this link skill, the better. And then obviously the third link skill I would highly recommend you do is Mercedes, because it just gives you a flat experience bonus permanently forever, which is a very, very powerful link, obviously. So those are the top 3 link skills that I would recommend you do. And again, I will recap kind of what I said, because I know what I said was a lot of text and a lot of word dump. But basically, for the linked Hyperburn to Aran and Shade, I would pick Shade if you don't want to play an Aran, because Shade has a better Legion link block, Legion block. It has crit damage Legion block, which is very good, and it gives you a free 260 Shade, basically. So it can also double as a boss mule, even if you don't like playing the character as a main. For the second Hyperburn, focus on making a main. If you don't have a character that you think you want to main, then, I mean, you just gotta go with your gut. You just gotta try stuff, man. That's all I can really say. I would not recommend hyperburning link skills like we just went over. The top 3 link skills that I would recommend for a new player in this order is Evan, Aran, and then Mercedes. Okay. That was a lot of shit and not too much time. Hopefully this helped some of you guys out. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like the video if you like it, subscribe if you like me, or subscribe even if you don't like me, because bigger number makes me happier. Thank you to all my YouTube members. Remix My Life, thank you. I'm Nufu, thank you. It's Biscuits in your Diz, thank you all so much. I love you all, my friends. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye!